Okay,
Hi.
we've got one visitor.
Yes.
We're getting live for a small little beer and cheese tasting, and kind of I got a cup of tea as well. You're gonna taste some Westcombe cheddar and some wild IPA, brand new wild IPA. Ollie, what are you doing?
He's all on Villa.
Are you gonna have a Rice Krispie tasting, Ollie? And this is to kind of show a little teaser into the beer and cheese tasting that we're going to do next week. But before all that, we're going to talk with Izzy, who works at the brewery as marketing lead. Is that what you do now?
Or yeah.
Oh yeah. For today, that's what you do for sure. You do everything in digital and marketing, and Izzy's often behind the scenes answering questions and emails, like a rock star, and getting information out to everybody. So, Oliver, please stop. I am daddy daycare today, so we've got lots of kid interruptions. We're not going to do that anymore, okay? Oh my goodness. But before all that, we're going to watch a clip right now. All right.
Good video.
That was awesome.
So good. Did you have a good day?
That was an amazing day. It was a bit of a not like as big of a dream come true, but like definitely always wanted to go out on a boat in like an idyllic side of the coast and go swimming, and I'm gonna hopefully get down and go lobster diving.
Cool.
With Justin, the captain. It's gonna be amazing.
Wow.
I really can't wait. What went well with the oysters? Richard Simpson's asking. Wild IPA. Thank you, Richard. That was an easy softball question. That was, though, by far the best pairing I found with wild IPA. Was I did barbecued oysters with barbecue sauce and hot sauce, and just a couple of drops of the barbecue sauce, so it wasn't like too sweet, too big. But Izzy, how has we've launched this beer on Tuesday last week. How has that gone for you? Has your week been really easy and not very stressful?
No, there was a lot to get done for it, but I think it's gone really well, and people's feedback has been so good. It's really nice. It's really nice that we've worked on a project for so long, and obviously at the in the brew house, it's been kind of a long project. So it's really nice to finally like get it in people's hands and see what people think of it, because it's something that we're really proud of, and it's taken a long time to kind of come to fruition. But we've had such great feedback. We're selling out all of the kegs. We're on to the second batch already, and yeah, really well. I know that we've got a lot of places stocking us, especially in London. Nick's been working really hard, and they've been putting some awesome food pairings together. So really exciting, and I think there's a lot more to come from that as well, which is really good.
Nice. I saw you mentioned Nick there. Oh man, I need to take a beer. Nick was at the Smoking Goat.
Yeah.
On Thursday, I think.
Yeah, he was
doing a tasting with their chefs and their team, and they were really blown away by the. They did a shellfish one on the recommendation from the oysters that I did, but I think they ended up with a different pairing. Do you remember what it was? He posted it up on our private team Facebook group. I can't remember, but anyways, you'll be able to be finding some wild IPA at Smoking Goat in London. It's an incredible restaurant. You definitely have to get in there. I can't wait till we can get out again and visit these places. I took a bite of this cheese thinking it was Westcombe cheddar, but it's actually Westcombe smoked cheddar. So it's really cool.
The smoke is so good.
It's from the marketing shelf in our fridge, and so I thought it was leftover cheese. So, but from the tasting the other day.
Always a gamble when you get the marketing shelf.
So we're going. This beer has launched, and we have a number of different, maybe not quite events, but opportunities to taste it, either to be involved on like a purchase on the website. I believe, are we still doing kind of a free can, or is that just on the day?
We've got a couple of cans that on the bottom where it's got the dial number. It's got winner printed, so there's 36 of those cans. So if you happen to get one of those cans, you just put it on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, tag us in, tag in where you got it, and then we'll send you out some free cans, which is cool. We've got another competition. You head over to our Instagram that you can enter. It tells you how you can get like 9 chances to enter, and you basically win a big night in with your friends. So that's really cool. Like, we'll send you some food and some beers. Brett will do a live tasting with you. We'll have some live entertainment, and it's the best of both worlds because we can't be together at the moment, unfortunately. So you can have a good night together but separately.
That's going to be a really epic kind of event for the winner and the friends. It really is. I'm just going to have to ask my boys to calm down here for just a moment. Hang on. Or I think they've got the clue now by me saying that. So today I'm at the brewery and I'm doing daddy daycare, and the boys are in front of me nice and safely, but they're having so much fun and playing around. Sorry about all that, but it's life. It's normal life in COVID world. So one of the main things about this little tiny live tasting was actually trying to just get the info out there that we're going to do a cheese and beer tasting next Friday on Facebook and YouTube. And that's going to be specific. It's going to be a really easy, quick, lighthearted conversation and tasting with Fiona Beckett, drinks writer and author, journalist for the Guardian, often specializing in wine, but she's an incredibly inspirational type writer to me to listen, and she writes a lot about food and drink across all the different categories, and so we're really honored that she's going to be involved in the next beer and cheese tasting. It's only about 30 minutes long, and it's quite an easy one to get into. Kind of get a box on the Wild Beer website. You're going to get delivery of a 6-pack of wild beer, a wild IPA, and Westcombe cheddar and Westcombe Philly. Both those are like pretty good sized chunks of cheese, so it's not like a little sliver. You're going to be able to enjoy that with your whole household, and for a couple of different tastings along the way. So as an introduction to what Wild IPA is, it is a beer we have been trying to create this beer and trying to learn how to make this beer for 8 years at the brewery. Everything we've done in the last 8 years has gone into this one, and we thought this time in the COVID lockdown has really given us some space to really focus on who we are and what we do, and kind of look at what we want to do going forward, and really just wanted to get back to the roots of mixed fermentation, interesting flavors, focusing on beer and food, and how those play together. So, Izzy, before being at the brewery, did you ever have too much beer with food, or was it what was their relationship with food and beer?
I suppose it was never really like thought about or considered. I suppose it was just like, I knew that I enjoyed nice beer, but pairing it with food was never really something I did, because I think it was always the food was always associated with like ribs or burger or like barbecue food, which it is, and it does work really well. But I don't think I realised that beer works at all levels of food pairing, whether it is just a snack like a mac and cheese, or if it's like a kind of fine dining pairing, it works really well. So it's not something that I'd really come across or considered before, and I think that's probably the same for everyone. But I think that's what I like so much about Wild IPA, is because it does pair so well with so many different things, that it is just really accessible, and also you can just drink it on your own. Like I had a can last night, and I was like, God, actually, this is just really nice. And sometimes you don't need to be told all of the information about it, and you don't really need to pair it with something particularly special. I'm gonna finish this with a cheese toasty, and it'll be really, really good. So yeah, it is something really interesting, and that perhaps people haven't considered so much before. So I'm kind of looking forward to the interesting pairings people come up with and let us know about, for sure.
Something you said there reminded me of like I was trying to think up like what makes some of the best beers that have been around for ages. You know, those everyday beers, whether it be a pint of Timothy Taylor Landlord, or a bottle or a pint of Sierra Nevada Pale Ale or something like that. You know, very opposite, different ends of the spectrum. And I often think like a great everyday beer, or the best beers of the ages, are ones that you can. Oliver. No, thank you. Are those beers that you can drink and forget about? They're just great kind of conversation fillers. They're just enjoyable with a cheese toasty. You don't have to pay attention to them. There's no big double IPA or pastry stout. And then the ones that, but if you are on your own, or you are having a dinner and you're just reading a book, maybe you can just kind of get lost in it, in the aromas and the flavor. So it's got depth and it's got character. Boys, this is going to be long.
Well, I really like that it has opportunity, like there is opportunity in that kind of pairing, but then also like that isn't a necessity to enjoy the beer. You don't need it to enjoy the beer, which I think is really important. There's a whole spectrum to this beer and ways in which it can be enjoyed, which is super important, I think.
So that is Wild IPA. Have it any time of the day that's healthy. Wow. Have it any time of the day, but we're getting ready to have a cheese and beer tasting next Friday, and the last call to buy your box of beer and cheese would be Wednesday at noon, I believe, and all the boxes will be going out between Monday and Wednesday. And so enjoy and keep being wild, keep having fun with flavor and food. Thank you, Izzy.
Cool. No, thank you. Speak to you.
We'll watch that movie once again, that little clip even, not movie, and call it a day. Cheers.
See ya.